Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm here to do kind of a pretty late review for King Arthur Legend of the Sword. I apologize that this is being up a week or two late, but I've been really busy with a lot of stuff. That's like a catchphrase on this channel now. But yeah, I have something pretty cool that I'll talk about at the very end of this video. But now I'm going to get right into it. So, King Arthur Legend of the Sword is basically another retelling of how Arthur got like the sword from Excalibur and how he became king and all that good jazz. I'm not going to go into basics because it's pretty well known. And this is one of those really like mature, gritty tellings of it. It's not some kid movie. And before going in to see this film, I was a little skeptical on how it would be. Like I've seen trailers for it. It looked like one of those bloated, over-the-top CGI movies and all, and I wasn't very interested in watching it. But I decided to give it a watch. I went with my family. We took a watch at it. And their reactions was like they loved it. But for me, now it's not to say that I hate it and I don't really like it as much, but I'll just get into it. So I'll start with the stuff I really liked about the film, and that was the majority of the acting. For example, the main character, King Arthur, who's played, Charlie Hunnam plays the character. I think he does a great job. I mean, whenever he was on screen, it kept me into the film. And if you can see by that thumbnail, it shows me like sleeping. That's because the film is so surprisingly boring for like the first 15 to 20 minutes that I was like, it was like NyQuil. It would work better than NyQuil. But once he came on, he had this really good charm and charisma that he added to the character, and it just kept me invested. Another part I liked about the film was the exposition scenes that they do. Now, it gets kind of convoluted and out of order, but it's so fast-paced, funny, and entertaining that it kept me hooked into the story and not wanting to just get up and leave, which is what I'm pretty sure most critics did. Because when you look on, for example, Rotten Tomatoes, which is where I usually look to see what other people think of a film, to see the general consensus, they just tore it apart. Like, last time I looked, it has like a 27, which is really low. And I'm like, it doesn't deserve that low of a rank. There's some really good parts of the film, like I just mentioned. Also, I think how it's like, for a lot of the shots in the film, I thought it was filmed really well. The CG, some of it looks kind of clunky, but some of it also looks like they put effort into it. And also the villain, who's his uncle, Jude Law, plays the villain, who's like the mean king who's trying to rule everything, and he's just a ruthless guy who kills anyone, even people he loves, to get power. I thought he was a really intimidating and pretty scary villain who would do whatever it takes to get what he wants. And I thought that the backstory, like whenever he grabbed the sword with both hands, it would show a bit of like that scene that I won't really spoil if you choose to go see the film. I thought that there were some really good emotional parts in it. There are some characters though that are in the film a bit more that really do nothing, and they just like, okay, I want to get back to Arthur with his sword. I'm really more invested in that than these other characters in the film. I thought that the pacing, at first, it was really dull and boring. Like the beginning starts out with this big CG action nonsense that really felt out of place with the rest of the story. But once you get past I'd say once you get past the first 20 to 15, 20 minutes, something like that, and you get into the story, I think that you can wind up enjoying it way more than what people are saying about it. And I saw that it lost a lot of money, so they probably aren't making a sequel, because it does end on the possibility of a sequel. That's probably not going to happen now. But I find this to be a pretty underrated film. I wouldn't say it's spectacular or anything, but there are some good qualities in the film, like I was saying. And if you were wanting to give it a watch, if it's still in theaters where you're at, who knows? I'd go give it a watch if you're into that kind of stuff. Don't listen to what everyone was saying. You might have your own different opinion about it. And so if you want to give it a watch, you can. It's not horrible, it's not great. And those are my thoughts on King Arthur Legend of the Sword. I again apologize for this taking a bit of a while. I will give it a 5 out of 10. It's right down the middle for me. It's not perfect, it's not bad. And I had some good watchability watching the film. But overall, it wasn't as good as I was hoping, but I thought it would be a whole lot worse. So I think I got my time worth. thank you guys for watching, and also we'll have a video coming up shortly after this one where I have a bit of a surprise for my viewers. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you later.